This is probably the closest I'll ever get to North Korea. Less than a mile away, you can see on top of that mountain, North Korean soldiers watching probably our every move. The statistics show that the overwhelming majority of North Koreans who defect are women. Secondly, the majority of them are being trafficked into China.
They try to escape from their captors, but they get caught. The women are beaten over and over again. Often they get locked up in a room for days.
Kang Soo-jin has hours of tape to prove it. Since 2006, she's interviewed dozens and dozens of women who escaped from North Korea only to find themselves caught in a bride trafficking web. It all happens here, where northern China meets the border of North Korea.
These women are starving in North Korea, so they escape to China in search of food. Once they get to China, they're in a new place. They don't know the language, they have no friends, and they don't know the environment. That's when the smugglers get a hold of them.
Here, she's interviewing a 20-year-old North Korean defector.
같이 사면 뭐 이런 것도 몰랐거든요. 나보고 같이 살라는 거예요. 그 방을 내주면서 그렇게 나 안 산다고.
Kang says young female North Koreans have become a commodity for countries like China.
그걸 통해서 그 사람들이 중국에다가 중국 사람들 연결해서 팔아먹는 거예요, 우리를. 팔아먹고 몇 명이 한 사람당 얼마씩 받아서 자기는 가지고 나가고. 자기네 가지고 나가고 우리 그냥 멋없이 그냥 그 사람들 또 쫓아서 가고. 우리가
China's centuries-old preference for boys, coupled with the millions of aborted female fetuses, has resulted in a huge gender imbalance. For example, in one area of northeast China, the male-to-female ratio is estimated to be 14:1. In other parts of China, there are villages that literally have no women, driving demand for so-called North Korean bride slaves.
그러는 걸 내가 깎고 해서 7천에 너를 사가지고 오니까 너 우리 집에 가서 달아날 생각하지 말라고. 나를 그렇게 돈 주고 팔았다고 생각하니까.
The UN says nearly 2/3 of the thousands of North Korean refugees hiding in China are women. 80% of them are trafficked into marriages. International law says women escaping North Korea are considered refugees, but China regularly deports them. So these women face constant threats of arrest and deportation at the hands of their traffickers.
그때 또 5월달에 성풀이 불더라고 뭐 다 잡아내간다는. 그래서 깊은 산골에 가서 천막을 쳤어요.
Kang knows what it's like to be caught in this web of misery. She's from Pyongyang, North Korea. In 2002, she made a run for China.
I had a forced marriage in China. I managed to escape from that, but got caught by authorities and was sent back to North Korea, where I was tortured by prison guards. With the help of some contacts, I escaped the prison camp and made it here to South Korea via Thailand.
6 years ago, she started the Coalition for North Korean Women's Rights to help other North Korean survivors of trafficking.
I wanted to help these women who have no voice, no one to speak out on their behalf.
And once they defect, life in China or here in Seoul, South Korea, is not easy. In fact, many North Korean defectors find it very challenging adjusting to their life in the new settings.
So the South Korean government has devoted significant resources to helping defectors make the adjustment by providing them with housing, medical services, and education. Meanwhile, Kang's group focuses on building skill sets.
Part of the coalition's goal is to provide these women with a steady source of income. The women begin in this room doing small sewing projects. Once they've mastered the skill, they move to the next room and work on bigger projects. This is our way to help them rebuild their lives.
And more defectors are coming. In the last 10 years, 23,000 North Korean refugees reached South Korea. 7 out of 10 are women. Meanwhile, North Korea is trying to stop them. Since the death of Kim Jong-il, the North has reportedly stepped up patrols along its border with China. Soldiers have orders to shoot anyone trying to sneak into or out of North Korea. George Thomas, CBN News, along the North-South Korean border.